Are you looking for a keyword research template, a step-by-step tutorial? Then watch this video. Yo, what's up SEO hustlers? Welcome back to our channel where we help you to build a successful side hustle with SEO. In this video, I will show you how to perform keyword research, and we have a free template that you can download so you can follow along and watch me over the shoulder as I perform keyword research step by step. So without any further ado, let's dive right in. I would like to start with the keyword research basics, because it is the foundation of SEO. In fact, it is the foundation of many businesses that exist today online. So what exactly is keyword research? It is the process of discovering, understanding, and selecting the keyword opportunities for your website. And it is the foundation of SEO. So every other activity builds upon this. Your on-page optimization, your content, your technical SEO, even your backlink and link building activities are built upon these insights. So let me give you a quick example. In the Netherlands, you have Coolblue.nl, and they started with 1, 2, and hundreds of SEO-driven web shops, ultimately evolving into one big, massive domain and online brand that it is today. And this year, they did over 1.11 billion euros in online revenue. And according to Ahrefs, they receive over 6.4 million organic visitors each month. If you visit our blog post and scroll a bit down, you can find a free template. So scroll down and click on either the Google Sheets template or the Excel template. And in this video, I'm going to use the Google Sheets template. So what you want to do is make a copy of this template so you can use it for yourself. So go to File and select Make a Copy. So here's how it works. All the tools that we're going to use are linked in here, and you can work in each step to complete each step and ultimately mapping your keywords to your pages. So you can also see an example that I already worked out for the PlayStation 5. So that's also what I'm going to show in this video. I am performing keyword research for the new PlayStation 5. So open up the first tool, which is Google itself, and go to the first step. Because in this step, we are going to note down all the ideas and angles, themes and topics that we can find about our niche, which is PlayStation 5 in my case. So let's go to Google. And the reason why I would like to use Google is as it is a perfect reference for your search query. You can find and understand the search query. What kind of topic and angles do you see? What kind of keywords do already pop up in the search results? So if we scroll down through the search results, what I can already see is, for example, reviews. I can see that people are wondering how much it will be, when it will come out, if it has backwards compatibility, whether it is whether it comes with certain games and bundles, what the specifications are, and so on and so on. So I want to write down all of these ideas in my sheet. So for example, let's write down what we just found: reviews, release date, backward compatibility. What else did we find? Price. And do this a couple of times. So really analyze the results. What kind of keywords do you see in here, and what kind of angles can you find? So for example, what I can also see is news, gaming, previews, and I can see some variations of the PlayStation 5, which is also communicated as PS5. So you definitely want all those synonyms in there as well. So let's write those down too. And the reason I'm already categorizing them a bit is that it makes our second step a lot easier, where we're going to generate a lot of keyword combinations and merge some words, but also we're going to use these keywords as seed keywords, meaning that from these ideas and these angles, we are going to generate a lot of new keywords by using the different tools. Now, two other things I would like you to pay attention at is Google Autosuggest, because it gives you closely and related searches that you can use as a starting point as well, to find some additional ideas. So what I can already see here is controllers, I can see games, I can see pre-order, and I can see some shops popping up like Amazon and Best Buy in this case. And the same applies to all the way down to the page where you can see related searches. So these are often pretty similar to Google Autosuggest, but make sure to check them out both and write down the new angles and ideas that you found. So controllers, games, shops, and what else? Pre-order. And rinse and repeat these two steps with the new keywords that you just found. So for example, let's do PlayStation 5 games. And what we can see here is that there are a lot of games that are relevant to the PlayStation 5 or like exclusively for the PlayStation 5. So this gives us a really nice angle, a new angle to look at and to find some additional keywords. So let's scroll down and see what we can use in our keyword research. So something else that got my attention is that there are multiple versions of the PlayStation that you can buy. For example, the digital edition or the standard edition. So you definitely want to write that down as well, as it will generate a lot of new keywords. So with regard to the games, let's write down like the top 5 games that we know of or that are really popular. So in this case, I will write down a few games here, which is like Call of Duty, Fortnite, Cyberpunk, of course, etc. And I also want to write down the versions, so standard edition or digital edition. So let's go back to the Tools tab and open the second tool, which is Google Trends. And Google Trends allows you to understand what currently is trending, but also what the seasonality is for a certain topic. So let's search for PlayStation 5 and see what we find. I usually set it like to past 5 years to see if there's any seasonality trend going on throughout the year. But I know that PlayStation 5 only recently came out, so that's why it's only peaking in the previous months. However, if you scroll a bit down, you can also see some related queries and some related topics. So what can we see here is that it's being compared to the new Xbox, which Microsoft launched as well. So the Xbox Series X and Series S. So we definitely want to write down those ideas as well. And we see a few more new ones like Walmart, PlayStation Console, etc. So make sure to check out like recent trending games, trending topics around your niche that you can utilize for your keyword research. So if I would go back here, I would put in, for example, Walmart, Target, and let's say the comparison between Xbox and their other series as well. Now let's move on to the next tool, which is YouTube. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world, and people often overlook this opportunity to find additional ideas, because on YouTube people are looking for other information like unboxing videos, reviews, gameplay example. So here you can find a lot of additional angles. So let's do the same that we did with Google and put in our keyword here or our topic and see any additional keywords that we can find. So I can already see some additional games like FIFA or Harry Potter. I can see gameplay, I can see unboxing, etc, etc. And if I scroll down and look at the results, I'm probably going to find some additional ideas. So I want you to do this a couple of times with all the keywords and angles that you've found, and also write them down in your idea sheet. So let's do FIFA 21, Harry Potter. So unboxing, let's see where it, it's definitely a new topic, unboxing, or well, basically it's maybe like similar to reviews, specs, etc, etc. So both look at their suggestions and look at the search results that you find, and also look at the videos, maybe watch a couple to get some ideas that you can use for your keyword research. So the next tool that we are going to use is Wikipedia. And we use this tool or site for several reasons. One is that they have structured their content always pretty neatly, so we can get some ideas on how to structure our blog posts or websites later on as well. But we're also going to use it to find some additional ideas. So when I looked at the Wikipedia page of the PlayStation 5, what I found, for example, is the DualSense controller. oh, interesting, I haven't thought about that topic as well. And if I scroll down, you can find so many more angles and so many more keyword ideas that you want to write down, such as, for example, whether it has a USB port, whether it connects through HDMI, but also I found a whole other niche, which is PlayStation VR and PlayStation VR games. So that is super interesting because that opens up a lot of new angles and a lot of new keywords that we can use in our keyword research. So scroll down, read it extensively, and write down any new ideas that you found. So I'm going to do that as well. DualSense, USB, USB-C, HDMI. What else did I see? Hard drive. And a whole new topic is probably like VR games, and VR itself. So do this extensively and get some additional input for your keyword research. Alright, the next tool that we are going to use is Quora. And Quora is an amazing platform where you can ask questions and get answers. So if we would have to look up the PlayStation 5, we can find a lot of information about our audience and what kind of questions they have around our niche, which is the PlayStation 5. So scroll down, have a look at the most popular questions and answers, and write down any new ideas that you came across. So for example, if I look at this page, I can see some questions by people asking, will it be the last console of Sony? Will there be games in 8K? What will be the price, etc., etc. So I already get a lot of additional ideas that I can write down and use for my keyword research. So let's do so as well. 8K games. And Sony console, and whether it's their last one, and maybe their previous versions as well. So PS1 all up to PS5. So the last tool that we're going to use to find some really nice keyword ideas is Reddit. Because Reddit has a lot of amazing communities where people talk about their favorite subject and also about the PlayStation 5. So if I do a search for PlayStation 5, I can see that there are some communities and users that are really popular, but I can also see what's really trending right now to get some additional ideas from. So if I look at this list, I can already see, for example, that HBO Max is now on the PlayStation 5. Oh, that might be an additional really nice angle. There are some issues around getting a PlayStation 5. So the stock, the pre-orders, the shipping, etc. That's something I would really like to add to my keyword research as well, because people are wondering how to get their hands on a PlayStation 5. They want it right now, so that really makes it a really interesting audience for your website or blog post later on. And what else can we see? We can see some games. We can see that there's a giveaway. And this is super interesting because let me tell you a quick story of friends of mine. So through Reddit, we stumbled upon Doritos having a giveaway with the PlayStation 5, as you can see from their product packages right here. So that became extremely popular. It went viral on Reddit, and friends of mine created a blog post about it because they have a website about the PlayStation 5, an affiliate website. And here are the results. They received over 30K of traffic to this blog post. And this is because Doritos didn't optimize their own website really properly for SEO. So they outranked Doritos and scored a lot of additional clicks. And they were even ranking for some branded search terms of Doritos. And this is what I call true hustling, because this is that hidden gem that you find during this research that can make a big difference in the amount of visitors that you will receive. And moreover, they were giving away their own PlayStation as well, and they generated almost 1,800 subscribers to their own list instead of the Doritos list. So that is a super interesting hustler case study for you right there. Alright, so if you did your homework properly, you should have a really extensive list of all kinds of angles and ideas and topic and themes that you came across during this research. And really spend some time doing this, because you will find some really nice hidden gems or niches within niches that are super powerful. So you can create content for that and generate a lot of traffic and ultimately sales through affiliate marketing, e-commerce, or whatever it is that you want to set up as a side hustle. So now it's time for the next step, which is to generate a lot of search queries from these seed keywords. So the first tool that we're going to use is actually a Google Chrome extension, which is called Keywords Everywhere, and it makes your life a lot easier because what it does is when you put in your search query or any of the keyword ideas that you just found in here, it already shows you the related keywords that people also search for, long tail keywords and related searches here at the side of Google. So you can immediately copy and paste all these keywords from Google and put them in your second tab. So let's actually do that and start copy pasting everything we find in here. And obviously do that for each of the seed keywords that you have identified in step 1 to really generate all of the keywords. So the next tool that we're going to use is Autosuggest. And as you can already see, it is a tool to generate the keyword suggestions infinitely. So what you want to do is go back to your keyword research and use any of the ideas in here and put it in the tool. So for example, PlayStation 5 release. And click on Get This Party Started when you select the right language and Google version that you want to do the keyword research for. And it will find and generate a lot of suggestions that's pretty similar to the previous tool that I showed you. And you are able to export all of the keywords that you see here and use them in our keyword research. And after you did that, you can just add another one. So let's do pre-order, add to results. And it will just keep adding keywords. You can see the list right here. Games. And if you do this a couple of times, you can export the keywords and put them in your next tab, which is your keyword list. So let's do that as well right now. All right, so click on export. And you might have to do some quick Excel magic right here to get to the keywords, but it's fine. And as you can see, I already have 700 additional keywords for my research, so that is awesome. Make sure to put it at the end of the list, etc. And keep doing this for all the seed keywords that you find. We're going to clean it up a little bit after this step, but for now we want to generate as many angles, as many keywords as we can, so we can later on decide what to focus on. Now, another tool that we're going to use is Keyword Shitter, and as the domain already says, it literally can shit a lot of additional keywords. So also be really careful with this tool because you can get a lot of crap, literally, as well. But here's how it works. You put in your seed keyword here. So let's do PlayStation 5 VR this time. You can add some positive or negative filters that need to be included, and you just click shit keywords. And as you can see, it will keep on generating keywords that it scrapes from Google Autosuggest. So make sure to watch it closely and maybe pause it once you think it really gets out of hand or too many additional languages are showing up. But it is a nice little extra tool that can really generate a lot of additional keywords. So what you want to do is copy paste them into your keyword list as well. So the next tool that we're going to use is called Answer the Public. And I'm kind of freaked out by this guy always, but it is a really awesome tool that generates all the questions that people have around a certain topic. So let's enter PlayStation 5 and let's see what it returns. So basically what it does is it generates a lot of questions with why, how, can, when, which, etc. And as you can see, it is done now and I have 80 questions, almost 80 questions that are relevant to the PlayStation 5. So quickly looking at this graph or this image will show me a lot of maybe additional keyword ideas that I can also put in step 1. But if you scroll down, you can see all the questions that people have. No, it's not. But if you export it, you can get all the questions. So for example, will the PlayStation 5 play PS4 games? So all of these questions are super relevant, and we want to look their search volume up at a later step in the keyword analysis. So let's download this as well and add those keywords to our keyword list. So we need to separate them, and there we have it. A lot of additional input. Alright, by now you should have a really extensive keyword list already from the tools that you used, where you put in all your keyword ideas and generated a lot of search queries. So now it's actually time to generate some of the search queries ourselves to find some additional hidden gems that we can use in our content. And what I mean by that is, as you can see in step 1, is that there are a lot of amplifiers that we can use to generate additional keywords. So here's how it works. Go to our website and click on the word hustle tool, which allows you to create keyword combinations. So let's put in, for example, the e-commerce amplifiers, and maybe some additional ones over here. Because these are really common phrases people use in their searches. So what we now want to do is we want to combine it with some other keywords as well. So for example, the PlayStation and its synonym, and maybe even let's do like PS5 games, PS5, Sony PS5, PS5 console, etc, etc. And as you can see, I can already generate 90 keyword combinations that I can also add to my list. And this is super powerful because you will discover whether people search for like best, top 10, or cheap, or any other combination with your keyword combinations as well. And you can even add a third column, which could be like games or game title, to create all these additional keywords that might be very beneficial to your content strategy later on. So let's hustle them and let's use them in our keyword list as well. So I'm just going to add them right here and also generate it without this. So these 90 as well. And do this a couple of times until you have like combined most of the keywords that you found in your first step, because that will allow you to get a lot of angles and combinations going on that we might want to use in the next step. So a quick additional note on these amplifiers is the way you have to look at them and think about them is, for example, if you do affiliate marketing, you will also want to think, okay, how can I make money at a later stage? So think of the shops that are selling this product. Where can you apply with your affiliate website and enter their affiliate program so you can make a lot of money from, for example, Amazon or Walmart or Target or Newegg if they would have affiliate programs. Also think about like accessories. So what kind of accessories can you sell with this product? And add that to your keyword idea list or make combinations using the word hustle tool. So for example, we also found out like controllers. We found out that additional things would be like the different editions, etc, etc, and create all those combinations using our tool. But also think about services, like what kind of additional services could you sell that people might search for. So in our case, with PlayStation 5, you might want to look at the PlayStation 5 Plus live subscription, which allows you to play online, or for example, any other subscription that PlayStation sells, or just look at affiliate programs and see what's being sold there, so you can also use that to your advantage in your keyword research. Now, another one that I would like to explain is the local SEO amplifiers, which makes you want to think locally. So people are looking for solutions or products nearby. So we have to create keyword combinations containing, for example, a country or a state or a city or even specific parts of the city or just the word nearby. So here's how it works. So for example, if you go to this list on Wikipedia, you can find a list of all the cities that exist in the United States. So for example, what we can do here is we can select these cities and go to this tool and enter them right here. So let's remove this. So you can see what I did here is I created keyword combinations with like the PlayStation 5 and its city. I can also add, for example, nearby. And maybe I can also add here, for example, PS5 digital and PS5 standard edition, because that's also something we found in our initial research. And this allows me to generate a lot of additional keywords with a local intent. So people are actually looking for this product or solution or whatever it is that you're selling in their city. And this is what we're going to use to our advantage later on when we are going to create content or pages for our affiliate website or web shop or whatever it is that you want to create. So this is how you can use these local insights to your advantage. And you might want to do this a couple of times to find the right combinations. You can do it also the other way around. But this allows you to get some additional input. So let's do this as well for the PlayStation 5 example and add them to our list here as well. Now in this video, I've mainly focused on free tools. But I definitely recommend investing in a paid tool because it can not only speed up your process, it can give you a lot of additional insights and a lot of additional metrics that we can use to make certain decisions. So my absolute favorite is Ahrefs, and if you go to their keyword explorer and you put in PlayStation 5, you can see that it already generates a lot of the keywords that we used through the different tools. For example, the keyword terms, questions, related searches, etc. And you can easily export them as well and already get some really nice insights from these views. They're also already sorted by parent topic or like category or theme. So that really helps you to make specific categories of keywords already. So if you're looking for a paid tool, I will definitely recommend Ahrefs because it's really fast. It gives you some amazing insights and you can already start filtering using all the cool filters above. So for example, if we would have to use this tool, I would use it the same as the other tools. So I would put in all my keyword ideas and angles in here, whether that's games, the pre-order, the VR, the compatibility. Put in everything in here and make a lot of exports so you collect as many keywords as you can. And you can also do it the other way around. So for example, let's look at one of the websites that's ranking for a particular keyword, and what you can see here is the amount of traffic they receive and for the amount of keywords they rank. So this will allow you to get some really nice additional input for your content. So for example, I can see here that TechRadar is ranking for 5K keywords, so that's super interesting. And what I can do is I can click on these keywords and it will take me to a page where you can see all the keyword that it ranks for, because here you can see the URL that is corresponding to that particular keyword. And that makes it super interesting because not only you will find so many more keyword ideas and search queries that you can use for your research as well, you can also see that these keywords are already mapped to this specific page, which makes it a lot of sense for you to also do that in your content creation because Google already assigned these keywords to this page. You can also visit this page and see how they build up their content, what kind of headings they use, etc., etc. So you can also make an export of this. So again, if I would have to recommend a paid tool, that would definitely be Ahrefs in my opinion. Now it's time for the third step. So you should have a very extensive keyword list by now, and we want to get some additional information around these search queries that we're going to put in here and ultimately decide on which keywords we want to focus on. which ones we are going to choose. So in order to get this information, as you can see from the top here, you can see what tool I use to get the information from. So first let's go to the Google Keyword Planner to get the search volume and the competition. Alright, so let's go to the Google Keyword Planner and let's put in the keywords that we found. Click on Get Search Volume and Forecasts and on Get Started. Let's remove this error. And you want to click on historical metrics right here. The only problem is that Google is showing you ranges if you're not having a paid campaign running. And that is a massive pain in the ass because we don't want ranges. We want exact search volumes. Otherwise, look at these keywords. They're so close together. It's really hard for us to decide on which keywords to focus on. So what I would like to recommend is that you start a small AdWords campaign. It can be as small as $20. Run it, and once it's live and running, you can use you can get the exact search volumes. So I'm now in a different account where I actually run some ads for a client of mine, and as you can already see, I get access to the exact search volumes, which makes it a lot easier for us to choose what to focus on and whether you want to pursue a certain angle or not. So definitely run a small campaign to get access to this data, because otherwise it's really hard to choose the keywords that you want to focus on. So the next step is to export this data as well. So go to the upper right corner and get the historical metrics. I'm going with a CSV with this, but you can also export them to Google Sheets. Alright, and now we're going to clean it up a bit because we don't want to use all of the columns. So for example, I can already remove these two. I want the average search volume, so let's remove this, and I want the level of competition, which is this column, and the rest can be deleted for now. So here I have both statistics, so that's what I'm going to select. And I'm going to copy and paste that into my sheet. So go to the third sheet and click paste. As you can see, I made a small mistake, but that's fine. You can remove this row and get only the data that you actually want. Alright, we got now our first 3 columns ready. And what we want to do is to categorize these keywords already, because that gives us insight into the kind of pages and sub-pages that we want to create. So let's remove this because this was the dummy data. I'm not going to use the paid data for now, and these last 2 columns are automated, so you don't have to do anything now. We will do that in the next step. Okay, and here's how it works. What you want to do is click on this filter and click on clear and find common themes into your keyword research. So I remember from my keyword idea list that there was a lot around like pre-order. So I'm going to type in pre here. I'm going to click select all and click OK. And now I have all the keywords with regards to the pre-order. So what I want to do is categorize them accordingly. So this is, for example, pre-order, and you want to copy and paste that for all the keywords that it found. So let's go down and let's copy paste this for all the keywords. And I'm going up and down quickly with Control Shift and the up and down button. So that's a little hack that you can use to quickly navigate through Google Sheets or Google Excel. You could give it a subcategory if it's relevant. So for example, if you find any additional subcategories that might be useful for the pre-order, you could add it there. Alright, so let's do another one. Click on the filter icon again, click on clear, then select all and click OK to get the full list again. So what else did we put in here? For example, let's see. I think I put in games here as well. So I'm going to click on clear, I'm going to put in games in here, click select all and press OK. So this is everything related to games. So I'm going to quickly categorize this accordingly. And now here comes the tough part, because sometimes you run into keywords containing both like pre-order and games. So maybe I want to make the pre-order a subcategory, or I want to redo the main category in order to really find what's leading and what's the subtopic behind it, because otherwise it gets a bit messy. So in this case, let's do games as a subcategory. And paste it for all corresponding keywords. Alright, do this a couple of times to really find the categories and subcategories that you want to go after, and that makes sense. And once you've done this, make sure to select all the queries again. And let's actually make this automated columns work as well. So what you want to do is copy paste this for the rest of your sheet, and also do that for this formula. Let's go up again. All right, now let's actually filter these results from high to low. So let's click on sort to really find the keywords that is being searched for a lot. And we can see that the data is now pretty interesting, because we can see the search volume, we can see the level of competition, we already have some categories in here, and we have these two automated columns. Alright, so here comes the fun part, because we have our data ready. We have our search queries, we have the search volume, we have the level of competition, and whether this is competition coming from Google Ads or not, it says something about how many ads there will be, or if there is like a certain level of competition for this keyword, which might not apply for SEO directly, but it gives you an indication to focus on, or whether it's super competitive. You've done your categorization and maybe some additional insights from paid tools and these two automated columns. So here's how it works. You can adjust these settings. So you have a minimum of search volume, a minimum of words that you want to go after, because the more amount of words, the more it's long tail, the more opportunity there probably is, and the level of competition. So let's do, for example, 20 right here. 3, and competition is 85. So let's select a subcategory, because that's probably like a page or a section of your website that you want to go after, and click on OK. And you can see here that these columns are either color in green or red, whether you want to focus on it or not. So let's select actually true from the drop down here as well. And now let's have a look at these keywords. What did we just do? We made a selection of all the game related keywords based on their minimum of search volume, whether it's long tail or not, and the level of competition. So what can I see here? I can see already some really interesting topics to focus on. For example, best PS5 games 2021. I can see some questions popping up that people have with the tools that we used earlier in the process. I can see some trailers, the lineup, the exclusive list, whether they're being restocked, the cost, some free games. This is really good, because I can use all of these keywords in either one, maybe 2 pages, write a really nice piece of article, and these are not that competitive. Of course, these high ones are here. Probably it will be hard to rank for them, but you have a lot of long tail to go after right here. So that's how it works. Play around with these settings to see, okay, where can I find the sweet spot? Because the minimum of search volume doesn't necessarily say a lot. We also have a lot of keywords that don't have search volume at all. And if you think about it, let's say you create a piece of content with maybe 100 words in there that represent all of these combinations, then they can add up really quickly to thousands of searches each month, and allow you to generate a lot of search traffic. Alright, and now it's time for the final step, which is to copy your keywords into the last tab, which is to map your keywords to pages. So in this case, let's select all the game keywords and its volume that were marked as focus keywords to the 4th tab, and let's paste them in the 2nd column right here. And this will be about a page which is about the PS5 games. And also let's do a quick merge so I know this belongs to the same topic. So as you can see, I also did this for the pre-order page and also for the game page right now, and this allows me to create content effectively and is a document that I can refer back to or get some additional keyword insights from. And we will do another video about content creation for sure, but this is making your keyword research complete, where you have mapped your keywords to pages. So with regards to the pre-order, I'm going to show you one example of how I would translate these findings into content, because obviously you're not going to use all of these words in your content. That will be like over optimizing, not user friendly at all. But what I can see from this list, for example, is the order date, the price, the stock, whether it's available or not, maybe if you can get some notifications or alerts when the third wave is coming, where I can order it today or nearby or from Amazon or Walmart. So how would I translate these keywords that have a lot of potential into the content piece? So here you can see what I did is that I created a nice little template for you to look at and really understand how to implement these keywords in the end, which is like having a nice H1 heading, and also put in all the keywords that I just mentioned into the headings and body content as well. So pre-order today, where you can buy it, whether it's the digital standard version, the price, the cost, the first, second and third wave dates, the availability, the stock, where you can find it nearby, the questions that popped up, etc, etc. So this is like how I would mock up my page and how I would outsource or create the content myself to really get all of the keyword combinations in there and ultimately receive a lot of organic traffic from these keywords. Alright guys, that is a wrap. You now have a keyword research template, a step-by-step process on how to find those hidden gems and how to use them into your content to ultimately get a lot of traffic and hopefully make a lot of money as well. Please let us know if you find this template useful in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.